All right, careful. This might be a little loud.
Well. It's Friday morning. It's 11:04, and guess what, Lou?
It's time for the Sicilian Corner.
Amen, brother. Amen, I said. Today we have the pleasure, and this is a serious topic, and normally we keep the show pretty light, but this is something that I really wanted to bring forth, and I hope our listeners get a lot from it. Our guest, and something, she's not going to be lost for words, so I got it made. I'm just going to sit back, have a cup of coffee, going to have a good time. Lucilla Prates, and Lucilla, it's a pleasure to have you on board with us. When you first walked in, what did I say to you? Because of your name.
Oh, you thought I was Italian?
Well, it's a very popular name in the Italian language, and it's also a very popular name, Lou, in the Spanish language.
Yes.
So
we hadn't met her, so we were speculating.
We hadn't met her.
Yeah.
And so she lays this on me. Oh no, I'm Portuguese. I was off from both counts. I want to tell you, timing is everything, right? I been having a central air conditioner replaced in my house, and they put it in last Monday, I believe, but it had a faulty board, so they had to reorder the board, and I've been waiting.
The new unit had a faulty board.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some kind of a switch.
Yeah.
It wasn't right. And they reordered it, and they expedited it. And I'm waiting, and Tuesday I'm waiting for a phone to ring. You God did nothing. Wednesday, I says, I'm looking at the weather forecast. It's supposed to really get, I don't know about you, I hate heat. I can't stand it. Finally, yesterday morning, I get a phone call. Hey, Mike, I'm on my way over. I says, thank God. And he was there like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Just replaced it 2 seconds. And, like I said, timing is everything. I would have hated to go the whole weekend without.
You would have had to go stay somewhere, which I know you hate.
I don't really hate it, but I do like getting away.
No, he loves staying places.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a preacher and I like going. I just like mixing it up because I get bored easily.
Go check your buddies at Encore or Foxwoods. They'll give you a room.
Yeah.
And my heating system's down. Give me a room.
That too.
Yeah.
What is the work? Well, I really.
The hotel at the Brook.
Yeah.
They've talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city. They got to fight the city. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Louis works part-time up at the Brook. You know what the Brook is? Louis, why don't you explain?
Casino Sportsbook up in Seabrook, New Hampshire, at the old dog track. Yeah. No.
Well, you're a big city girl, so how would you know? Right. How about the Encore? You go to the Encore?
No. And there once.
What were your thoughts? I'm interested.
I thought it was very confusing, but I think that's what the casinos try to do, is to confuse people.
Yeah, keep them on edge. Yeah.
And I didn't appreciate it.
No kidding.
Yeah, no kidding.
The restaurants are pretty good.
I didn't go to the restaurants, but yeah, I didn't necessarily think.
Considering what
I haven't been back, so that's helped.
Considering what was there, I think it's fantastic.
Well, no, it's really done a lot for that part of that part.
I mean, that area was a big dump, hazardous may I add, and now it's unbelievable.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it really does. Lucilla, what exactly is your position with ASPAN?
I am the statewide director for a national initiative called Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program.
Can you get that in the business card?
I do have that. Two-sided.
Wow, that's a biggie.
So, the national initiative is called Senior Medicare Patrol And then there are 54 of these programs. There's one in each state and one in the territories.
Oh, so it's national.
Yes. And so if there's one in each state, as I said, and then there's one in Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and B.C. So there are 454 of these programs. And our mission is the same. It's to reach, educate, and counsel Medicare and Medicaid beneficiaries on preventing, detecting, and reporting healthcare errors, fraud, and abuse.
You know something, I think every one of our listeners at one time or another has felt that their doctor is doing testing that is really not necessary. I think that would be included in the fraud aspect of it, wouldn't it? If they're trying to build up the bill.
Yes, but I think that I think beneficiaries, consumers, healthcare consumers, need to ask lots of questions. So I'm going to back up just 1 second.
Sure.
So the mission, there's a national mission of this program, and it's to reach, educate, and counsel Medicare beneficiaries to prevent, detect, and report healthcare errors, fraud, and abuse, which costs over $60 billion annually.
60 billion.
And that's a conservative number. We've been using that number now for over a decade. That's the number that the government has given us to use. So that number, I'm sure, is a lot higher,
Yeah.
a lot more. We don't have a new number. We can't go with a new number. We can't invent a number. We've got to go with the numbers that are given to us.
Was that taken during the 2020 census? Is that where that number came from? Or?
No,
nothing
at all
with
it doesn't
that?
have to do anything with census.
Okay.
So, in Massachusetts, the program, at least since I've been on board with the program, and I've been at the helm of this program for going on 22 years this fall in September. So my vision was always to promote consumer engagement. Because if a consumer is engaged in their health care, they're much more apt to ask the doctor, why do I need this test?
Correct.
What's going to happen if I don't have this test? How much is this test going to cost? All right, so to really get people engaged. We also, and this is a national initiative, we also have a healthcare journal that's been called many different things, and currently it's called My Healthcare Tracker. And I really encourage people to use a healthcare journal. They can call our office at 1-800-892-0890. Ask for the Senior Medicare Patrol Program. They're calling HSPAN because that's where we are. We're under the leadership of HSPAN. And we will gladly send out healthcare journals to people. They can also get them at their councils on aging. And I encourage people to really keep a chronological account of all that happens to them in the healthcare system. All of the tests, all of the appointments, who did I see? Because I could potentially get a bill in the mail. You know, we're all human, we make errors. Just by nature of being human.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
So, and a typographical error is very easy to make.
They put the wrong code in.
Wrong code, wrong date,
Yeah.
okay, wrong number. You know, transposition of the
And
number.
it gets rejected.
It could get rejected. Medicare might not pay for it. It could also, be a code that doesn't correspond to that particular individual. Perhaps it's a panel test that only is for women. And it's a man who was at the doctor's. So there's a series of things that can go on.
I just want to tell our listeners, if you have a question for Lucilla, please give us a call, 978-659-0072. If you have a comment, join in the conversation. You had something that happened, you want to question it, please give us a call. This is much your show as it is ours, and we'd love to hear from everybody. Barbara Cody says, happy Friday on this tropical, and it is tropical out there, Flag Day. And that's right.
It is Flag
Flag Day. Yeah, kind of snuck up on us. It didn't get much this is an important topic, especially, you know, you have a partner you lived with for 50 odd years, whatever the case may be, and you went through all types of trials and tribulations, but you had somebody to talk to, somebody to discuss things with. All of a sudden, you find that your partner is no longer with you, and you really don't have anybody to bounce things off. And this is what makes the elderly very vulnerable.
Yeah, and isolated, and so when older folks are called and they're isolated, as you're saying, and they are more apt to engage in conversation with these scam artists who are calling them oftentimes.
The phone rings, you get excited.
I don't answer my phone at home. I'm rarely there, but I don't answer it, and and they don't leave a message because they really want to speak to a human being because they want to get you to say you have pain or confirm your name, and then they're going to send you a bunch of braces in the mail, and we've seen a lot of that. So at the Senior Medicare Patrol Program, we get calls from individuals who have received numerous, and I could tell you hundreds, okay, of COVID tests in the mail. As soon as the emergency came to an end, the pandemic emergency,
That must have been, you must have saw a spike up.
COVID tests galore coming to people. No one should be getting a COVID test unless it's prescribed by their doctor. Okay, then you can get a COVID test. All right. No one should be mailing COVID tests to anybody. I encourage anyone who is receiving the Medicare summary notices in the mail to please look at them and confirm that you've been to the doctors that particular day. Confirm that you did see this particular physician. That these tests were in fact ordered for you. We have a lot of people who are now calling us. This is the latest and the greatest. We're
Pay
getting.
attention to this.
I'm ready.
There's a quiz coming.
After this.
Got notes going.
Okay. So we're getting people who are calling us, because of braces or because of COVID tests or because of appointments that they have that, they really didn't have, and it's showing up on their Medicare summary notice, and they're calling us, and when we call Medicare to look into it, we find out that there's other things. So the latest and the greatest is now intermittent urinary catheters. I have a case on my desk that I'm working on currently for an individual who has been billed, Medicare has been billed, $19,000 for intermittent urinary catheters. She never even received them. Okay, they're just billing Medicare for things that they had no business billing Medicare for. So, and these are not necessarily the doctor down the street. These are, organized phantom companies that claim to be legit, right? In fact, I recently heard on a national call that I was on that company A, B, and C were out of the same building, just different suite numbers, okay? And they're billing Medicare for things. Medicare processes, I'm going to say 50 to 60 claims per second, right? Per second. That's a lot of room for error. And we would not want Medicare to stop giving somebody what they need, right? Or sending the product to the individual that they need, or paying the provider for a service that was legitimately provided, right? We would be up in arms about that. So we're doing a lot of the cleanup, and we've been able to return some money back to the Medicare fund. The S&P program has been successful at that. I have to tell you that what gets me out of bed in the morning is not the dollar that I'm going to be saving the government, the dollars that I'm going to be saving the government. It's the education that I'm going to be imparting upon consumers so that they can be better informed and better engaged. Our healthcare system is quite messy. Our healthcare system is in a very precarious position, and I'm not gonna elaborate more on that because that could go on forever. It's very confusing. As we get older and you get on Medicare, you've got Medicare A, Medicare B, you've got a supplemental plan that you have to deal with, and then you have a drug plan. You've got all these moving pieces that you need to really understand and understand what you're gonna pay for. And then you get to the end of the benefit period, and if you don't have an insurance that's gonna cover, then you know what's gonna happen. People are older. People are often sick when they're using their insurance, right? They're in a crisis, and it's very hard to navigate. Very difficult to navigate.
Would you advise people to go through their primary to set up testing? Would that eliminate some of the struggle?
Well,
Instead of someone on their own, if Aunt Grace, who's 80 years old, is sitting watching TV, 12 hours a day eating bonbons, she's very vulnerable. Like you said, they're lonely. I get it. But if you go through your primary and they schedule,
yeah.
does that help? Or?
So primary care physicians are, they're really important. They're sort of the core of our healthcare, right? Primary care physicians, our primary healthcare system is in a lot of trouble as well. I don't know, a lot of people don't even have a primary care physician, right?
Yep.
So, checking with your doctor is what is highly recommended. One should never, ever listen to somebody who's calling them on the phone and asking them, do you have pain? Do you have pain in your shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder, wrist? I have people who call us who have received appliances, body braces. They don't even know how to put them on. They could potentially even be doing damage to their own body by atrophying a particular muscle or something.
So
never, ever.
This SMP program is more awareness than anything else.
We do a lot of education.
Yeah.
A lot of education.
And listen, I wish I could do a commercial on Madeira because I know you're thinking of going to the homeland to visit.
I'm not from Madeira.
I know you're not from Madeira.
But I think Madeira is on my list of places to
You
go.
would love it. I spent a week there, and I can't say enough things about the people. They were so warm. Louis, unbelievable. And the Madeira wine, I find it a little sweet, but no matter where you go shopping, you walk into a store, a lot of embroidery little shops.
Yeah.
You walk in, they got 2 bottles of Madeira open. It's 9:30 in the morning. Everybody's drinking Madeira. And the fish, because you're on an island, volcanic rock. Unbelievable. Listen, I got to take a break. I want you to pay attention to our sponsors. I'll tell you, when you get done watching this, you know what they're going to say? I'm hungry.
Okay.
And I'm telling you. Louis, why don't you take us down?
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's Seaside Italian Kitchen and Pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf, and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mikey. Do you need to have some work done on a cement walkway, stone steps, or the cement deck around your pool? Recently, I had concrete work done on 2 eyesores on my property. Work was done by New Hampshire Masonry and Construction. They service New Hampshire and Massachusetts. The question becomes, was Mikey happy with the finished product? Not happy, but ecstatic. If your project is brickwork, stone, or concrete, get a free quote for New Hampshire Masonry and Construction. A telephone number for more information, 603-438-9168. 603-438-9168.
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
You're not seeing the
This is Cindy.
commercial?
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. Lucilla Prates is in the studio with us, and Lucilla, we have some people that are saying, Louis, is there a problem with the sound?
No,
Andy was writing in, he says, what's wrong with the sound?
not that I'm aware of, but I'll check.
Oh, he's giving you help too. Look at this. He's following Lou.
No, he said I fixed the sound.
Yeah.
Whatever was wrong with it.
Fix the sound. Robert Cody's saying,
Oh.
Oh, Nancy DeMonte. She's one of our steady listeners. She's, we were talking about the piece the earlier one. She's one of our strong supporters of the piece. As is Andy, as is Bob. So it's a good thing. On the educational side of things, do you do seminars?
We do.
You do.
Yes, we go out to senior centers, churches, civic clubs, wherever we're invited, we go and present. We have a cadre of volunteers who are very well trained, who are totally committed to this project, and they go out and deliver the presentation. We have the same presentation that's
How many
delivered.
volunteers would you say you have here in Lawrence, in your program?
In our program, just out of Lawrence, well, I'm gonna say we have maybe 4 or 5 that actually work in the vicinity.
They're well versed in.
Absolutely, but we have a cadre of about 50 volunteers across the state.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So we have H-Span. You're affiliated with H-Span, correct?
I am an employee of H-Span.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand.
Yes. So H-Span is an aging service access point for the Merrimack Valley.
Right.
35 cities in the North Shore. We I'm gonna say 35.
What it was.
Well, no, I actually should know that number. I am going to go on the limit, say it's 35 cities and towns in the Merrimack Valley in the North Shore. We recently, it feels like it was recently, 5, right? We merged, H-Span merged with Elder Services in the Merrimack Valley, Elder Services. We became
Yeah. Which is good because the name is very appropriate.
It is very appropriate. It's a nice name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, we got to know Roseanne and stuff quite well. And, Sharon has been with
Yeah. 40 years, I think. Yeah. I think you'll do something for your 40th anniversary would be organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's going crazy? He's bouncing around. He's trying to figure something out. I don't know how he's
Trying to figure out if there's I'm just checking down the sound. Maybe. Just trying to run down the sound, see what the problem is. Could be. I don't know.
We'll blame it on the
Weather.
yeah, we can do that.
Could always blame it on Facebook. That's always fun.
That's like, I have satellite TV, and when we get some of these real heavy, big thunderstorms that really go up there, that's the only time I ever lose my TV. And it will happen like probably 50 miles away from the house, but I'll just lose the signal for a while, then it'll come back on. But I know we're gonna get, Nancy saying there's something wrong with the volume of the voice. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't believe it's on our end, folks, to be honest with
I'm trying to run it down. We'll see what, I don't know what's going on. So
Well, you know something, we couldn't ask for a better guy to solve it. That's for sure. The age group that you're dealing with, they're very vulnerable. We said that earlier, correct?
Yeah, I think some of them are very vulnerable. I think there's some
People are pretty sharp.
But when you are in a crisis, when you're sick and you're utilizing your insurance and you're going to the doctors, there's something going on that is making you do that, right? And things can get a little bit confusing, right, and difficult to navigate. And if one is faced with a health condition, and to top it off with, an erroneous bill that one is calling about and it doesn't get fixed, and you get collection letters, etc., then you might need a little help. So call the S&P program. That's what we're there for. We're there to help people. I actually was helping somebody yesterday write an appeal to Medicare.
You do that on purpose? You get that personal?
We get very personal. We really do help people.
I believe it.
Our volunteers really, I often say, they no stone unturned.
Okay.
Right? To help an individual. So we got a call from somebody whose parent had been, was sent to a skilled nursing facility, who happens to be part of an accountable care organization. But I got involved with the latter end of the processing of this bill, and the individual had already paid over $10,000 out of pocket, and the initial bill was almost $35,000. So they had negotiated with the facility to pay them, a lesser amount, right? And they went, the facility agreed to the tune of $10,000 plus, right? And they paid. And then they came to us, and I'm looking at this bill and I thought, you know what? I wonder if they're part of an accountable care organization. And I started digging a little bit. And not your average citizen, would know that, right? So,
and they are. So they're out of 10,000 some odd dollars, and now we're in the midst of trying to get that money back to them and get Medicare to pay for this bill. So more to come. That's where we're at. But, we do a lot of digging, a lot of, fleshing things out and really trying to figure out who's responsible for what.
It must be exceptionally rewarding to you because you're a people person. I can tell that. And when you're helping people that are very confused and they get to a point where they're nervous and it's ruining their personal life. And, you got a voice of reasoning.
I think it's part of my DNA, quite frankly.
You've been like this your whole life.
I think, yeah, I have. And I think partly because I was children of immigrants. I am an immigrant. I was very young when I came to this country. I feel like I've been advocating for people all my life.
No.
So, I think it's in my blood, and some people have it and some people don't, and we at the S&P program have it. And I think I pass that on a little bit.
Yeah. Some people are givers, some people are takers, and you happen to be a giver.
I don't know if I would put it that way, but thank you.
No, I mean, I think I'm reading you pretty good.
I like to help people.
I know. I can tell. I think that's fantastic. Age
span helps people,
there's no question. It's amazing how much age span has grown. I mean, Jeepers creepers. Yeah. I mean, I think Elder Services was 1974. And what's taken place since 1974 to 2024 and, the 50th anniversary and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of people that rely on age span. In New Hampshire, is there anything, I live in New Hampshire, is there anything similar in that? In other words, you look at what age span does for people. Do we have anything in New Hampshire that's equivalent?
There are programs in New Hampshire also for the older population, but I have to say to you, we have an S&P program in New Hampshire, but I have to say to you that I couldn't speak to what New Hampshire has available
I mean,
to its older population. I say to people all the time, if you're going to grow old,
we have Service Link, but I don't know how much.
There is Service Link is catering to older folks, but I can't speak to their services because I'm not there.
Well, I think in general, Massachusetts offers a lot more.
Yeah, Massachusetts is a place to be. I'm growing old in Massachusetts.
You can complain about the taxes and whatnot, call it Taxachusetts, which I don't happen to hear very much anymore. And let me tell you.
Why not? It is Taxachusetts.
Well, all right. I heard it from you.
Yeah.
But in New Hampshire, the benefits are minimal compared to what Massachusetts offers.
I can't say that, but
I can.
Okay.
Do
you live in New Hampshire?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I've been there for almost 40 years, but I grew up in the city of Lawrence, and I love the city of Lawrence. And people ask me where I'm from, I usually say Lawrence, because my greatest memories was growing up in a city that invited all the immigrants. And, whether you were like whether you were Portuguese, Polish, German, Italian, whatever the case might be, you had neighborhoods, which we don't have anymore in the city. And every neighborhood had their own church, their favorite pastor, and the food. I mean, it was wonderful. You'd be dating a girl who was German, and you'd be eating German food at her house. And the following week, you meet somebody from Portugal, and you go over and you sit down and have a little bite to eat.
What do you think, Lou?
That was a wonderful thing. Give me the key Portuguese dish. What's the key Portuguese food?
Bacalhau, codfish.
Codfish.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to ask you about these scams. Does the consumer have to participate? In other words, can they do this without getting information from you? Or can they do this without?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what's happening. I mean, there are a lot of data breaches, right?
Yeah.
And through data breaches, they get information, and as soon as they have one's Medicare number, they're off and running with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then that also creates a problem around medical identity theft, because now your medical identity has been compromised and your Medicare number has been compromised. So one of the things that we often tell people when we get complaints of this nature, that, they've received braces in the mail, or they've received COVID tests, or any other products in the mail, then we say to them, you need to call Medicare, you need to report this, and you need to tell them your number has been compromised so you can get a new number from Medicare.
Right.
One of the things that we also hear from a lot of people is they're called by Medicare to because Medicare is going to send out a gold card, Medicare is going to send out a plastic card, Medicare is going to send out a red, white, and blue card. Please, Medicare is not going to ever call you, ever.
Never.
And if they do, too bad, you hung up on them. And so you're not getting a new card unless you've requested a new number, and you have yourself called Medicare and requested a new card. So when we're dealing with these clients and we call Medicare, Medicare will not send out a new card on our ask. The consumer, the beneficiary himself or herself, needs to call to request that new card.
Excellent.
There is no gold card coming out. There is no plastic card. There is no new card coming out. So if somebody calls you offering something like that to you, hang up on them. Don't engage in conversation.
Good advice.
Because when you engage, then they've got your number and they put you on some kind of list, because I think I'm on one of those. And they just keep calling you and calling you and calling you. Somebody calls you and asks you, hi, is this Lucilla? I always say, who needs to know? Or I hang up.
Good answer.
Don't say yes. Do not say yes, because then they've got your yes recorded. And with the, artificial intelligence that that's out there, and it's only going to get more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People are really going to be in very vulnerable positions.
Right.
Hang up.
Hey, girlfriend, I know
Yeah.
you're on a roll, but I got to take a break because we
Okay.
have affiliates we got to take care of.
Okay.
Louis, why don't you take us out, please? We'll be right back, everybody.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients, and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844.
Hi, this is Mikey. Do you need to have some work done on a cement walkway, stone steps, or the cement deck around your pool? Recently, I had concrete work done on 2 eyesores on my property. Work was done by New Hampshire Masonry and Construction. They service New Hampshire and Massachusetts. The question becomes, was Mikey happy with the finished product? Not happy, but ecstatic. If your project is brickwork, stone, or concrete, get a free quote for New Hampshire Masonry and Construction. A telephone number for more information, 603-438-9168. 603-438-9168.
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back, and we're going to be back until the top of the hour. Our in-studio guest, our co-host, and I'm having an outstanding time chatting with her. You've got a wonderful personality, I have to admit.
Thank you.
You're right. You're right with it. That's for sure. Lucilla Prates. And you know something? She has a job that absolutely incredible. Statewide Director of Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program at AgeSpan. And you can get that on a business card.
I gave you my business card.
Did it get it all in there?
It's all on
or
there.
did you abbreviate? Shorthand? Was it shorthand? Hey, you know, Lou, you know what I found out today?
What did you find out today?
As I was researching this for the show, you know, most of our listeners, you all know about millennials, the Y generation, or whatever the case might be. I found out I'm part. You ready? You pay attention now.
Okay.
All right. I'm part of the silent generation. I never even knew there was that kind of a phrase that was applied to people that were born when I was born.
I think you've been thrown out of that too.
1920, from 1927 to 1945. Guess
Silent
what?
generation.
You're the silent generation. What kind of BS is that? I thought I was always a boomer. You know, I was born in 45. I like the boomer, the silent generation. And it was because they weren't outspoken. They didn't like conflict.
Yeah.
They were, you know, everything just the way it is. This is the way it's been for the last 10 years. This is the way it's going to stay for the next 50. The silent generation.
Never heard of that. No.
What are you hogging me or what? I never heard of that before.
No, me neither.
In a million years. Anywho, that's my little tale of woe. That upset me this morning because I always said I was.
Well, there's nothing silent about you. So
that's right.
What are you trying to say? No, get it. Go
You're
ahead.
very talkative.
Hey.
Here you are leading this podcast, right?
Yep. You're much more boomer than the silent generation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better. But still, I'm in a pot.
Yeah.
What are you? Oh, I'm the silent. Come on. Listen, what else we have?
Well, I just want to say to people that they should absolutely keep a personal healthcare journal. Voila. If this is not the journal you want, you can get it from us by calling HSPAN at 1-800-892-0890.
Say it again.
800-892-0890.
Okay.
Or you can go on our website, which is masmp.org, and you can request one through the website.
That's good.
And we will gladly send this out to you. You can also get them at your local councils on aging if you're in Massachusetts. And if you do not like the looks of this journal and you want to go out and get yourself a glitzy notebook, go out and do that. But please keep an account, chronological account of what happens in the healthcare system with you when you've had a certain appointment, the date, the time, prepare for your medical consults with your doctor. Write down your questions. Write down the answers, because you know what? People forget things. I forget them all the time.
Me too.
So I think it's really important to write things down. And if it's not written, it didn't happen. It also, I always encourage people to take a second set of eyes, a second set of ears to your doctor's visits. Because sometimes, especially when you're in a crisis, you might not hear what you've been told.
Yep.
All right. Very important.
I was reading in some material you sent me that medical errors account for 98,000 deaths.
Yes.
That's mind-boggling.
Wow.
I see 98,000 lawsuits. That's what I see.
Well,
but anyway, you're not going to do you any good if you're not walking, right?
Right.
True.
And lawsuits are not that easily won, medical lawsuits. Okay. So I say to people, please be careful. Please write things down. Please make sure you report it. Medicare beneficiaries actually have the right to report when their care is not up to par. Okay. There's a quality improvement organization called KPRO that helps protect Medicare beneficiaries. We all should be getting quality healthcare, right? So
Amen.
That's an important piece of information for people to have. We have a voice.
Is information available, say, in Spanish?
Yes.
It is.
We have, and we also do presentations in Spanish. We do them in Portuguese. We do them in Khmer.
Guess what, Lou? Portuguese.
Yeah. How'd that happen?
We do them in Chinese. Mandarin and Cantonese. Yes.
I don't think I heard Italian. Did you?
Well, maybe we'll recruit you for a volunteer.
Me?
Go
I know.
deliver.
Shame on me.
You don't know Italian.
You know something? I'm ashamed.
You know what?
I'm hanging my head down.
If we had an invite to go out and do an Italian presentation, we would go out and do it in Italian.
Is there a form in a Boston accent?
I can try to do that one.
Is your Medicare summary? You get a Medicare summary every month, don't you?
You get a Medicare summary every quarter.
Every quarter. Is that a useful way to track what's going on, or do you need to go further?
It's useful.
Yeah,
it's useful. I'm going to say that sometimes it's difficult. People think it's intimidating to people sometimes, right? I always say to people, when you look at your Medicare summary notice, make sure it belongs to you. It's addressed to you at your address. Your Medicare number is the one on there. Look at the charges. Make sure you did see the physician. That's why the journal is so important, because then you can compare the entries to the actual summary notice and the dates that are stated on there. And then look at the charges. And if there are any discrepancies or you have any questions, we need to know about it. Call us. That's what we're there for.
Absolutely. And it's a terrific service. And I can't say enough good things about HSPAN. I really can't. Like I said, since 1974, from when it first started, to where it is now, you'd never know. The footprint, Lou, has gotten so big.
Yeah.
And as you said, 35 communities now. That's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, I tip my hat. I tip my hat to especially the volunteers.
Yep.
That today, it's rare that anybody wants to do something for nothing. I mean, you got to be
we have a lot of dedicated volunteers
and they're professionals. A lot of professionals.
Yes,
accountants
absolutely.
and teachers, and
yes,
I think that's.
We have a doctor who volunteers. We have retired attorneys. We have some very, very dedicated individuals who really want to give back to the community.
Would you know offhand the percentage of our population today that's over age 65?
I don't have that number.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
no problem. No problem. I thought if I was to take a guess, I'd probably think.
But I can send you that number, and you can.
I can look it up.
You could.
But I had.
How many are in this?
Had you sitting.
How many are in that silent population now?
What the silent population? What kind of baloney is that?
He put a high school reunion together. I was surprised it needed more in the booth.
Unbelievable. It's crazy.
No, it's silent generation, not population. Silent generation, isn't it?
I like boomer better.
Yeah, you're a boomer.
I like the boomers better.
Yeah.
I've always related. People say, well, I'm a boomer. I'm proud of it.
Yep.
I mean, everybody came back from World War II, mostly everybody, and they started having kids left and right, and all of a sudden everything just took off and boomed. That's why boomers, boomers, baby, boomers. Next week, Reverend Paul O'Brien, pastor of St. Patrick's, he's going to be in with us, and Monica Lucy there's going to be three of us. So I'm giving you fair warning.
Oh, good. I need that.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I'm
got to
telling
figure
you.
that one out.
But there's a new school going up where the Lawrence Catholic Academy is, and it's a $30 million project. It's beautiful. And for someone who grew up in South Lawrence to see this kind of building and construction, and there's a lot of construction going on in the city. The city of Lawrence takes a pretty bad rap sometimes. Some of it deserved, a lot of it not. But to see $30 million being spent in the city, I think is fantastic. I really do. Hey, listen, girlfriend, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Madeira.
Okay.
A lot of fish. A lot of fish. Hey, listen, next week, I hope you can join us. It's always a pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend. Dads, happy Father's Day. Enjoy. Be spoiled, guys. Be spoiled. We'll see you later.